Hello Earth2 family, and we hope to stay find you amazing and full of success. We wanted to approach something in our video today about who is likely to be the average Earth2 user and what the experience will most likely be for them. So before we dive in, we wanted to let you know somewhere in the video is a clue about how you can win one of our 4-tile legendary drone properties. Before we get started, we want to ask the E2 community, who do you think about when you think of the average gamer? Surely we have all seen the stereotype of the teenager gaming with his friends, cloud of smoke in the air, and his mom yelling about a dirty bedroom in the back. Also, there is the classic e-girl in a wig and a short skirt, playing on Twitch, usually making more than both of my parents together in the 90s. The truth, though, is that there are many different types of gamers, desired experiences, and content across almost every kind of simulation experience you could even think of. Today we look at what the average day for an Earth2 user will probably be. This is Earth2 in the Know, and let's get into it. So before we can time travel into the future and take an educated guess about how the average user's day will go, it's important to actually assess the gamer themselves. So who is the average gamer? Is it that 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 17-year-old in the room who's got dirty socks all over the floor? Probably not. This answer is probably going to surprise you. So per the GetNux market data report from this year, we have seen some interesting facts, and we'll take a look at those now. So it turns out that the average gamer is not 17, but in fact twice that age. The average age of gamers in the United States is right around 35. That said, China has the most gamers worldwide with 665 million people gaming. The online gaming market is projected to reach $57.9 billion US by 2026. That's in 2 years. More than 3.1 billion people worldwide play video games, which is almost 40% of the world population. Game revenue generated from cloud gaming services reached $2.6 billion US by 2023. That's a very large number. I'm not sure why they felt the need to throw this fact in there, but it was also noted that by 2026, it's anticipated that 494 million Asian women would play video games, which I guess is kind of important for the pretty much premise of this video, because we talk a lot about what it is that different gamers look for in the environments that they're in here. It does, though, in fact, put things into perspective about what really is happening and who is really spending their time between the lines of code. Although we are most certain there will be plenty of battling, racing, and exploring adventuring simulations, we really think that the bulk of time will be spent shopping, socializing, and searching out virtual entertainment. Here at Earth2 in the Know, we have a little bit of experience with this sort of thing. You see, we grew up on Second Life. If you are unfamiliar with Second Life, it's basically like The Sims, only the user creates and designs everything in the virtual space. As we strolled through the digital streets of Second Life, you typically saw people gathering to chat, shop, create, and check out their favorite virtual entertainer. There was very little avatar versus avatar violence, or people trying to race cars down the streets. More so, people enjoyed digital horse auctions and Sunday picnics. There seem to be a lot of relationships and romances made possible by people who would have never met otherwise. As a matter of fact, it's how I met the love of my life and my partner of over 13 years now. So why are we talking about The Sims and internet love? Because it's a glance at human psychology and what we desire from a virtual experience. Most humans do not wish to promote violence, although GTA 5 sales would typically tend to disagree. However, when it comes to an escape from a world that's already plagued with it, they typically want creativity and not destruction. When people are given a digital canvas, they create things that people could have never imagined, and they cultivate amazing cultures filled with communities of like-minded people. And we truly believe that this will be the case with the average Earth2 user as well. The day may start as they walk in from their 9-to-5 job, or maybe they already be one of the pioneers that actually already work inside of the metaverse. I can see the user slipping on their headset and scrolling through messages about what opportunities are available for the day. It would not be out of the question for them to be scrolling through their list of NFT/skins to see what they want to wear for the experience. After deciding what it is they want to wear, we will probably find the user gearing up for their favorite activities. For some, it will be shopping. For others, it will be in social metaverse clubs. And yet, some will create experiences people could have never even imagined. In all reality, most people won't think about how many ochre jewels it took to mine the resources needed for the building blocks it took to construct the virtual building that they sit in. Most will never know the struggle of setting up thousands of hollow buildings or spending hours looking for resources on a map. The average user will probably never care about yellow energy or which broadcaster is giving better returns. All of those things will be background situations that only make a difference to us, the builders. As important as they are to all of us now, for most, as long as they can somewhat craft their desired experience, that will fill the need. We are not in any way discounting the value of the average user, as without them, we would sit in a barren world with no one to enjoy the things that we have created. They are the literal lifeblood of the experience. However, few of them will care about what Big Fry said 4 years ago, or how many cheeseburgers he ate, or how many of us defended our belief when things seemed to be stale inside of the project. The average Earth2 user will want to meet friends at a cafe in Paris for rainy afternoons and will gather with friends to check out the newest and best musicians to hit the metaverse. Hopefully they will be doing that as they log into Club Oasis. Sorry guys, don't mind the shameless plug. So before in the video, we mentioned that you would have a chance to win a legendary droid on a 4-tile plot. Let's talk about how. We are looking for cool custom graphic logos for video intros. To win the droid, all you have to do is to have a winning submission and it's all yours. We are hoping to have enough submissions to pick a winner by May 31st, 2024. Good luck, and remember, we can only pick one winner for now, but we'll probably do it again for something different. We got lots and lots of legendaries. Lots and lots of legendaries. Enough of that, let's get back to an average user's experience. So when the average user logs in, they may have a house or luxury items, fun collectibles. However, they more than likely won't create an entire city. They may look to fulfill some sort of fantasy, but they likely won't have AI create the experience on the fly for them. That's where we come in. There may be average users who bring their performances to the virtual nightclubs, but few of them will want to build and run a club. How can we be so sure? Again, remember, almost 20 years of experience in the space here. As I've said, we've been in this business for almost 2 decades. When an artist has 50 nightclubs, they can play with different audiences. Typically, they want to be as diverse and free as possible. To actually run a venue, that would refrain the average user from the freedom to branch out, especially since each performance is typically about 1 to 2 hours each. The average user may want to help create something, but will typically much rather spend their time expressing themselves in ways that don't lock them into one position, repeating the same routines over and over and over again. And trust me, when you run a virtual nightclub, that is exactly what it is. You spend your time booking DJs and booking replacements and finding hosts, and it's the same thing over and over again. It's a 24-hour job. That's why a lot of people get burnt out really quick. That's why you gotta have a lot of staff. After all, it's just the human brain to want diversity or to need different visual or auditory settings. The average user will most likely be looking to just move their avatar into a shop and buy a skin, rather than create one. Although this may change depending on how much interaction with AI will be implemented into the project. To summarize, the average user will be a sponge, soaking up the many experiences offered by the Earth2 platform. We here at Earth2 in the Know love the average user. Although we are still learning more about the project and stages, we are starting to get a pretty good idea of what's being involved with an early adopter taking the lead on creating the experiences that future visitors will be offered. We will be the ones who produce an income from the broadcasting features, which we will get into the potential for that in another video, so stay tuned. We know that sometimes we can look at the updates and it may seem like it's going to be way too much for the average user to comprehend, and that may actually be true to a point. However, if everyone in Second Life built their own place, everyone would be alone, and we know that to not be the reality of those virtual experiences. The future looks bright for Earth2 and all of its users, not just those of us who stay up for days learning every game mechanic there is and trying to customize our plans accordingly. We may build the cities and the experiences, but without the average user, we are but an empty shrine to what could have been. Earth2 is going to be a massive virtual experience with many cultures, ideas, and communities influencing the tailor-made experiences. Truly, it is going to be a roller coaster of choice, with excitement around each new decision that the user makes. However, it is also more than likely going to be a social hub where the user can share pictures of their cats. And we mean the ones that meow, people. Get your minds out of the gutter. More than likely, it will be a place where users can find others who will collab on some amazing projects that may even in fact change Earth1 for the better. The average user will more than likely want to spend time with people they miss on Earth1, and that may just be content to animate their avatars in a sign of affection. There is something to be said about seeing, stimulating vision with emotion through two people and virtual experiences. Whatever the case, the average user will probably log in, stimulate some neurons, spend some earned currency on customization, and then log off. So what are you going to be in Earth2? Will you be a builder-creator, or will you be a player who just utilizes the experience? There is no wrong answer. Leave your comments below and let us know your plan. As always, if you found this video useful, please do us a favor, like it and subscribe. It really helps the algorithm, and then we can reach more people. We truly are getting closer, folks, so we cannot wait to see you in the Earth2 metaverse.